housewife. Here, let me take your coat.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to do this.
Don't thank us. He'll take any opportunity to talk about himself.
You know, I haven't really found many interviews he's done online, so I sort of feel honored that he's allowing me this chance.
Chance? Chance for what?
Sort of stand out. Everyone in my class is doing the same things. Teen pregnancy, drug addicts, politics. But this gives me a chance to do something special.
Special? Oh, he's gonna love you.
Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Martin. How are you?
Oh, please, call me Jake.
Okay.
Would you like a coffee or a soda?
A coffee would be great, thanks.
Coffee it is then. Pamela, would you get our guest a coffee, please?
Yes, master.
Marriage. I think I prefer being locked up.
You do?
The sex was better. I'm sorry, that was a joke. I've been around the boys so long that my humor can get rather crude.
Don't be sorry. I want you to be as open as you possibly can be. Nothing you can say can offend me, and honestly, it'll give the piece way more impact.
Well, okay then. Makes sense.
Thank you.
I didn't ask for a coffee.
But you would've. You do it all the time. So to save myself the trip, here's your coffee.
You're right. So what do you want to talk about?
Lots. We haven't really discussed time, but I have a lot I'd like to cover.
You have as much time as you need. I was very touched that you contacted me.
People must contact you all the time, though. Your story's amazing.
I get plenty of requests, but they're all from the same type of person. They want to sensationalize my life. I'd rather talk to somebody for the right reasons.
I don't know if my intentions are that much different, though. I mean, I'm trying to stand out in class, and they're trying to stand out at their jobs.
Yes, but you have a cuter voice.
Watch it.
Oh, come on. She thinks she owns me. You know, women are very territorial. Once they brand you, you're theirs. Then you just buy a woman a drink or you light her cigarette and you feel their claws.
She just loves you.
Love, hate, it's all the same if you've been married as long as we have.
So let's talk about that. You two were married in 1988, and then in 1989 you were wrongfully convicted of murder. So you were locked up for 20 years until the DNA evidence finally proved you innocent and you got released. Were you surprised she waited for you?
She was my best fighter on the outside. We were apart, but we were together. That's what mattered. She fought those bastards, and in the end, we won.
But it took 20 years, though. Without the new technology to test DNA, do you still feel like you'd be in there?
I don't feel. I know. I know they wanted me dead, too. If they had their way, I'd be 6 feet under right now.
Can we talk about the crime you were convicted of?
Pull no punches, my dear.
Okay. Lacey Adams, 14 years old, last seen walking home from school. She's then picked up by a white Monte Carlo. Then the next time we see her is when they're digging up her body from a shallow grave from the woods near her house, which happened to be nearby your home at the time too. You also drove a white Monte Carlo, so do you feel like they targeted you because of your car?
I didn't have the same type of car. They made up their minds it was a white Monte Carlo when they found out I owned a white Monte Carlo. They forced the pieces to fit.
Did you know Lacey Adams?
No, I didn't. I may have seen her around here and there, but I didn't know her, and she was never in my car.
Well, you had a few run-ins with the cops before then. Can you talk about that?
I was a kid. They nabbed me for shoplifting and for fighting in the streets. It was nothing, but it put me on their radar.
I read that you were arrested for breaking and entering when you were 34, though, which was just a year prior to that other arrest.
Arrested, yes. Charged, no. It was trumped up nonsense. I hated the cops, and they hated me. And once you get into that battle, you're not going to beat them. They hound you. They hounded me, and they took 20 years of my life from me.
How do you think they convinced the jury you were guilty?
You get a good lawyer, you can convince a jury of anything. I had a public defender. I was doomed.
Well, the family of Lacey Lacey Adams was at your release, and they had a few choice words for you. They don't believe you're innocent.
What are they going to say? They've been invested for so many years in Jake Martin the killer. Anything else to them is crazy. They have to believe it.
So the DNA under her fingernails wasn't yours, though. That must have felt great to get those test results back and know you got to go home.
It was great to hear that, but there was no guarantee that I was going home.
Well, you've received a settlement now, and you appear to be happy and living well. Would you say everything's behind you?
You don't forget 20 years of your life. That nightmare will remain with me forever. But Pam and I will get through it. We take it day by day.
So, I want to touch upon something else for a moment, if that's okay. Detective Elwood, the lead detective of the Lacey Adams case, said that the DNA under her fingernails was meaningless because she was heavily involved in sports, so it could have belonged to anyone. According to him, the absence of your DNA proved nothing.
Elwood, you know, I get all this negativity coming at me all these years. And he gets it for a couple of weeks, and he's crying like a baby. The guy is a joke. I wish he could spend half the time that I spent in there. Piece of shit that he is. Whoa. Where did that come from, huh? I'm gonna go grab a drink and chill out. You found some of my buttons. I'm gonna have you talk to Pam. She lived through it too.
Don't worry. I've been telling him to see a psychologist for his anger, but he just doesn't listen.
Does he get angry a lot?
Nah. Well, I wouldn't go driving with him. You haven't seen Road Rage until you've seen Jake in action.
So, how did you feel about the death of Lacey Adams and the arrest of your husband?
Well, he gave her a ride home once, and from that point forward, he was screwed. I mean, you sit anywhere, and they're gonna find some DNA, and that was all they needed.
Jake said he didn't know her, and that he may have seen her, but he'd never been in direct contact with Lacey.
Yeah, well, his memory gets worse over the years, and he retells stories differently every time.
That must not have helped his cause.
No, it did not. But it was that public defender that put him on the stand, and you can't put your client on the stand. They did that, and it was downhill. The prosecutor ate him up.
Well, do you know Lacey Adams?
Yeah. Actually, I knew her rather well. But I'd be lying to you if I told you that I liked her. She was not a good person.
Can you be a bad person at 14?
She may have been 14, but she was out whoring around. It's no wonder she was picked up and killed. You flaunt it like that, you deserve it. Just like that Miller girl.
Miller girl?
Yeah, some girl around here was recently murdered, and once again, she was parading around town dressed like a slut. You throw a stake out, the dogs are gonna come running.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah. They haven't found the body.
Excuse me, what?
They haven't found the body yet. Remember I said a good lawyer can convince a jury of anything? Well, they can help you get away with anything too. Even murder. And I had a damn good lawyer that second time around.
Look, I've got to go.
You look so much like Lacey, doesn't she?
No.
Yes, she does. And her hair, it's just like the last one. That's why we like you, sweetie. We saw your profile pic. And it was very exciting to us.
You're not innocent, are you, Jake?
Oh, innocent, guilty. I just think of myself as a hunter. Do you know how exciting it is to see the life exit a body? How thrilling that is.
People know I'm here.
They do? Well, let me fill you in on something, my baby. Even if they suspect me of any wrongdoing, they're going to turn the other way. They were humiliated in that last trial. They had nothing. They're not going to cross me again. Oh, are you looking for these? Here you go. Sorry, I'm joking. I'll put your car in the garage. You're not leaving here tonight. Thank you.
It's cold. I'm going inside.
You know, this would go a lot faster if there were two of us digging.
I guess it would.
She's just not nice. Like you. My baby. Hello there.
Hi.
You know, it's cold out here. Why don't you come in, meet the wife, have a cup of hot chocolate with us?
You know, maybe some other time.
I'm holding you to that. My baby.